Hello, welcome to another Qual in the Basement video. Today we'll be talking about my experiences during my first trading card show convention as a vendor. I had not been a vendor at a show ever, so this it was Tampa TCG Con. It was my first time, so I just kind of want to go over some of the things that I experienced and some of the knowledge and data, I guess, I took away from it and the overall experience. So let's see. Let's start out strong. I want to go over some of the pickups I got from the show, and then while we're going through some of the pickups, I'll discuss some of the other things. So I'm just going to go over some of these cards that I picked up during the show, and while we're doing that, we'll discuss some of the things that I learned and experienced, and I'll try to keep it relatively categorized or kind of laid out in some kind of order and go over each topic. The first thing I want to talk about, and so these are a bunch of Nagaba promos. I actually, I posted a clip on my Instagram and a reel on Instagram and TikTok of ripping the one with Umbreon in it. That's right here. I pulled this because one of the guys I was sharing a booth with, the main guy, Chin, Big Daddy Chin, from Shushu Card Shop. You should go check it out. He's in Tampa, Florida, and he's like ripped the rest of them. He's like, because honestly, he's like, you have a pretty high chance because they're the first wave ones of getting the Umbreon. So I was like, okay, whatever. If Chin is telling me, trying to convince me to rip, it means to rip. It means it's time to rip. So that's that little experience. And also I got some of these master balls. I got a few new master balls to add to the full. I decided I've never been a big fan of doing a complete set, like completing the whole, doing a full set of like a particular set that came out, like a master set or whatever. But this set, for whatever reason, maybe it's just the master balls, but it's very enticing to try and do this. So I'm definitely going to be cracking another box of this at some point and collecting more of these master balls. Oh, that's right, I forgot I got this guy. This is great. So definitely going to need a lot of these raw. So this is the Zapdos EX right here. I actually sold one graded, so this one, the profits from that graded one, this one's basically free. So I'm happy about that. Not free, but so this is that Raichu, the Zapdos. Here's another Master Ball. So first thing I want to talk about is products that moved. Which products moved during the show? Starmie, a little Master Ball. In my experience, it looks like, well, first of all, the Japanese stuff that most people were interested in was definitely not a lot of the vintage stuff. Not many people cared about the Japanese vintage, even though I didn't have too much of that, or not. Like, I had some graded stuff, but a lot of people primarily wanted English. Obviously, we are in America. People speak English. They have a tendency to want the English products. Besides Pokemon 151, people didn't mind that. So I sold a lot of Pokemon 151 booster boxes. I sold some V-Star Universe booster boxes, but I think only a couple, honestly, of V-Star. Everyone was asking about 151. So that was a banger set. Everyone wanted the singles. Everyone wanted the booster boxes. The hype for it is still very strong in people who are interested in trading cards. Let's see. I also sold I sold an Evolving Skies booster box. I also sold a 20th anniversary Pokemon ETB. So that was cool. Guy picked that up. Let's see what else. Oh, I sold a base set Charizard PSA 8. So stuff like that. Some of the more popular stuff. I shared a booth with a bunch of friends, and they have their own shops, and we kind of just it was a collaboration kind of thing. It was really fun. It was a great experience. Highly recommended. If you are going to do shows, try and make friends, talk to and make connections with the people at these shows, because all I did to meet these people was attend a show and talk to the vendors. Most of them are pretty open people, and I've met in just one show. I met so many people, and I'm still in contact with them to this day. And the reason why I even got a vendor booth was because just all I did was go around talking to the vendors. Being friendly definitely helps. It opened a lot of doors for me. So, oh, my cat's over there messing with my guitars. So yeah, some of the products that moved, English products. A lot of people wanted singles. I found that a lot of ungraded stuff was very popular amongst people. I also found that a lot of people wanted to do trade-ins. That a lot of people want to be throwing cash at Pokemon right now or trading cards. They want to kind of sell off their cards or part of their collection and get things like bigger items that they're more interested in. Like, so they want to, let's say they have 50 cards that they're not that crazy about. They want to sell that even if it's at a loss. Or even if it's at 70% value, and then try and use those funds to get a single card, a graded card, or a single ungraded, or a booster box or whatever, to get something that they want more. So there was a lot of that as well. That's it. Oh, I sold some Chainsaw Man, Weiss Schwartz Chainsaw Man. People were asking a lot about that. But yeah, so it definitely seems that the market has definitely shifted away from graded cards. My recommendation to any new sellers who are just getting into this is graded cards. Just assume that the easiest or the one of the few ways you're going to be able to consistently move a lot of these graded cards is going to be through a platform like eBay or PWCC or any of these other auction platforms where you will be taking the fee cut. So always look at your margins in a way that includes those fees. So if you're like, okay, you take a trade, right? And like you take that trade at 70% of last sold on eBay. Take a look at the other listings. Take a look and see like, oh, has it sold for this price consistently, or is this like one random price and then everything else is like completely off or lower or higher or whatever, kind of give yourself an average. Look at the last few listings that sold over the last couple months and see realistically what you'd be able to get. You kind of get that feeling for it as you kind of progress. And then once you kind of have that information in mind, always subtract the fees. So first multiply the last sold or the estimate that you would sell at auction, or at best price, the market price, right? That's really what it is. Multiply that by 0.07. That's usually that's Florida tax rate. I know some other states have different rates. That's what I do. Do your state of choice, and then multiply that total that you get, adding the tax and the market price by 0.13, which is 13%, and that number right there that you get will be your eBay fees. And then so subtract those eBay fees from the final the market price, and that's really what you're going to get out of that graded card if you, let's say, buy it from someone who's coming to trade it in. And so what you want to do is you want to, profit something off that. You want to make at least, let's say, you at least want to break even, but that's not even worth your time generally. If you're going to be trading in or giving someone cash, you want to make profit on that. So you're going to want to at least profit another 10, 15% on top of that. That's like minimum, So that's why a lot of times card shops are only going to give people 60, 70% of the value of their card, because that other 15% that's left behind after eBay takes the cut is going to be your profit, for doing this. So, it's hard for some people to kind of, bite the bullet on that. But anyway, let's move forward. So, what else is there? Oh, I should probably show some more of these cards. So I've been recording this whole time. Okay, so here's like an apple, Master Ball apple. Here's a really cool trio with the birds. So here's Mewtwo and Mew. I don't have this single yet, I don't believe. So this was a nice pickup. Now let's talk about, didn't get it for 34, I got it for 20. So let's talk about the camaraderie. Yeah, right? That's how you say it, camaraderie. So like I was saying earlier in the video, I networked with these people. I met a couple guys at one of my first shows that I attended, talked to them, ended up being friends with them, and then I ended up sharing the booth that I did here at Tampa TCG Con with them. And man, like just kind of like having that support system of these guys that like everyone's kind of like, selling similar things, or like, you know, we were all in the Pokemon realm, but we all had slightly different products. So it was like really like good. We had a lot of people come through. We had a lot of traffic at the booth. I feel like it was a lot of fun. It was, here's this Raichu. Here's some classic cards that I got. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, so it was just really fun. It was a great time just being with friends. A lot of laughs, a lot of joy, and you know, we made some money. We helped each other out. We traded, like, you know, if I didn't want to take a trade in, the guys next to me at JMS, they would take it, right? Or Shoo Card Shop, like if he wanted to take the trade, if it was worth it for him. So it was a great time. As far as that goes, definitely do your networking. Networking is huge. If you have a second to get away from your booth, go walk around, talk to the other vendors. It's a community after all. If you kind of get involved with other people, it really helps you grow. And that's what I've discovered here as well. And so hopefully I'll continue doing that and making new friends. At the follow-up events, at the next events that I go to. And the next one will be in Miami, October 21st to the 22nd. So make sure to get tickets there. If you are in Florida, it is a awesome event. That was, I think, my first TCG event. So back in 2021. So definitely recommended. So let's talk about pricing, both as a buyer and as a seller. I believe that. So when I was going to shows back in like 2016, I noticed that you'd often be able to find deals at below market price or below eBay prices, or you'd be able to find exclusive stuff. Well, the market is completely different since that time. I would say that I don't go in expecting to get much better deals than what is online as a buyer, right? And as a seller, it's not that you can't get better deals as a buyer. Don't get me wrong. You definitely can, and I did, for sure. But vendors oftentimes will price things at market price or like a little bit above, because there's a lot of negotiating at these kinds of events. And always be prepared to throw a number around. You know, a lot of vendors are willing to let go of products at prices lower than their asking price. And so you often can find deals, especially towards the end of the shows. I always encourage people, stick around to the end of the show. I mean, I'm not huge on that. A lot of the guys that I was with were doing that, and I just kind of followed suit. But at the end of the shows, a lot of vendors are willing to let things go because they don't want to haul it back home. They just want to get rid of it, so they'll let it go for dirt cheap. That's when you get the good deals. Otherwise, shopping around, trying to get below market price on popular items that are easy to move, you're not really going to... It's just not worth it. You know, you're not going to get a better bang for your buck, really. You will probably avoid eBay fees and taxes, stuff like that. But other than that, it's pretty similar to what's online, right? So that's that. I definitely recommend, if you are going to these events as a vendor, definitely bring a crew. Not necessarily like people you have to pay, but like friends or family that are willing to accompany you, because the additional help just to carry things in and out, or look over your stuff when you want to just go to the bathroom. You know, you can't just leave your stuff sitting there. When you want to go and get something to eat, you know, stuff like that. Someone that you trust that can watch over your booth while you're gone. So that's definitely a big plus. So yeah, I mean, that's gonna about sum up everything that I kind of wanted to discuss. I can't really think of much else. If anyone has any questions about you know, being a vendor, being a seller at these events, like how much it costs, you know, if it's worth it, what kind of experience it is, yeah, just leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to respond to your questions. And if anyone has some compelling questions, I'll definitely make a video about it. So yeah, so that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you like the pickups that I got, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.